everyone. This is Nancy. And Nancy, I'm just so proud of what you're able to do. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about your story and your journey, about what you were dealing with, what you were looking for, and give us an update on how you're doing now?
All right. Well, I'll try to be as quick as possible. I got diagnosed with diabetes about 40 years ago, but for many years I kept it a big secret because I was kind of embarrassed. And then as I got older, I started taking it serious. So I decided to get a diabetic doctor, endocrinologist. And I thought, this guy's going to tell me everything about what I can eat and really help me do everything. Every time I went to him, he added more and more and more medications. And he actually never talked about what I was supposed to eat, except he put me on Monjarno and I wasn't really losing the weight. And he told me, you're just going to have to stop eating so much. And I thought he never asked me what I ate. I never felt I ate that bad. But he's like, you're just going to have to stop eating. And that really made me mad. And I started searching on the internet. And of course, if it's on the internet, it's true. So I found out that metformin isn't really that good for you. And I wanted to stop it. And he said, well, where are you getting your information? And I said, well, I've been researching it on the internet. Well, you don't believe everything you read. Well, I believe that he was getting a kickback because I was taking metformin. And I just started researching on my own. And then I came across this seminar given by Dr. Jade Yu, and I put it down on my books. It happened to be in January, which was a slow time for me, and I actually was able to watch every single day. I watched 5 days plus the Saturday, and everything that came out of your mouth was exactly what I was going through. Everything. As far as when a doctor doesn't know what's wrong, he's just going to blame it on you. And he did. He blamed it on me, and it just made me mad. Um, so that's what I did is I joined, um, let's see, I kind of made a few notes, but I joined the seminar, got really excited, decided I'm worth the cost of a blood test. You know, I've worked since I was 15 and a half. I'm 68 right now. I deserve to do the blood test. So I did the blood test, and then I was interviewed by you, and I just knew you were going to tell me you are so healthy, you know, for your age, you're just, you know, you're healthy as a horse. But that's not what you told me. You said turn to page 20. And let me tell you, that was the most extensive blood test I've ever had in my life. No doctor has ever dug as deep as what you did, and then went over it in a language I could understand. You said, turn to page 20. And you said, you have an autoimmune disease. And I was like shocked. And what? Hashimoto's. And and you told me all about it, and I was shocked at everything you said to me. I do appointments. I work for a big home improvement store, and I'm a kitchen designer, and so I go to appointments. I was actually coming home in between and taking a nap. I was always tired. So everything you told me, let's see. I had a leaky gut. I had mold in my system. I had toxins. I mean, I almost actually teared up because I just had no idea that a lot of the things I was going through were things that could be corrected. And so um, I ended up signing up for the whole program. I just figured I deserve it. I didn't have the money, but I was able to get financing and I make monthly payments. You know, I just thought I was worth it. And then I went on the program. I had an awesome coach by the name of Nicole. And, you know, I went on it. I'm going to tell you I was pretty depressed the first few weeks because I didn't realize what a meat eater I am, right? I like hamburgers and steaks and all that, and I couldn't eat that. But I'm telling you, I was religious on this diet. It's the first time in my life that somebody actually told me what I needed to do to get what I wanted, and I did it. And and then I was depressed because how am I going to ever go out to dinner? I can never eat at anybody's house. And Nicole gave me tips on what I go to this restaurant. You can eat this, you can eat this. So everything changed, and a meat was brought in and different vegetables. And it's just, believe it or not, there's a whole world out there that I knew nothing about. The people that eat organic, I call them the pioneers. Thank God for the pioneers. I had never gone into a Sprouts or a Whole Foods in my life. Like, I'm not going to eat that kind of stuff, you know? And I don't know why I had that attitude. But now I don't eat soy, I don't eat corn, I don't eat sugar, no gluten, no grain free, no dairy. I eat goat cheese and love it. I set myself up for success. So I'm told I need to eat every 2 hours. So what did I do? I set myself up for success. I go to work with a little bag full of goodies that I can eat. And on my kitchen, I have different containers, glass containers in different sizes and shapes, and they're all full of things that I can eat. So I have all the stuff at home that is okay for me to eat, and so I don't have to cheat. I was surprised how easy it was to give up dairy, and I bought a nut milk maker or whatever. I didn't buy the really nice one, maybe someday, but I bought one on Amazon. And then I have 4 little containers on the countertop. I have macadamia nuts. I have almond, cashew, pistachio, and mixed. And I bought little old-fashioned milk bottles, and I make my own milk. And I make my own concoction. I call it cash mac, and that's half cashew and half macadamia nuts. So I kind of get fancy, but I do it on my day off, and I put them in the refrigerator. And every day I take out my milk, shake it up. So I've set myself up for success. And when you go, I belong to Sam's Club, but when you go to Costco and show us things that you buy, it's like, this is so amazing. And that app, is it Yucca?
Yucca app?
That is a lifesaver, let me tell you. I've told so many people about it, but that just like helps me when Nicole and you aren't around. I I live by that religiously. My niece and I will go shopping. She'll go, "Oh, can I get this?" And I'll go, "If it passes Yucca, you can have it," you know. And there's just so many things out there that make it so easy. I actually went, there was still toxins in my system as I did, some other blood tests. So guess what? I went to the dentist and I had all the mercury removed from my mouth.
Wow.
And I haven't had a cavity in years, but it was all mercury and it was showing.
Wow.
And I just had I had cataract surgery in my eyes. So May 12th, May 19th, it was 1 week today. So earlier I was at the eye doctor to check my eyes, and she says you don't have to wear glasses. And that's it forever. I don't have to wear glasses. But you're the one that got me on the path, you know. I deserve it. I spent money on myself, but I'd rather do what I did than buy a brand new car, you know. I really, really honestly feel that you and Nicole saved my life because, and my house just sold last Friday, and I'm retiring and moving near Yosemite into the mountains.
Wow.
So good things are happening. So I just have nothing but great things to say. And I learned, and I try to watch again because you give out so much information that it's hard to grasp everything. And that's the only time that I've been able to watch the whole thing, even though I try really hard, but then I'll get an appointment or this will happen and that happen. So it was meant to be that I listened to you and you said everything that I was feeling. So you were what I was looking for. I just didn't know it.
Well, that's great. And have your symptoms improved? Some of the symptoms that you had before you started, have those improved, or have you been able to get off some medications, or can
Oh,
you give us an idea of some of that?
I do still take the Mounjaro, but I don't take metformin. I'm not on any of the other medications. I do take a little bit of insulin as needed. Most of the time, it's like, ah, you shouldn't eat that, you know. But my A1C went from 10.8 to 6.9.
Wow.
So, maybe I'm not totally off everything, but look, I was a diabetic for many, many years. It's a work in progress. And,
Sure.
and you've given me the tools for the rest of my life to be able to, you know, understand what's going on. And, I'm just, and I think I was addicted to meat because I don't hardly eat meat that much anymore. It's amazing. There's so many other foods that are so good that you can buy at Sprouts or Sam's Club or
Yeah.
Whole Foods. There's a whole world out there. I never knew it. I call them the pioneers because they're the ones that did all the work. I'm just the one that gets to reap all the benefits.
And
So,
have your friends, family, and what'd your doctor have to say now?
oh, he said, "What did you do?" And, I just said, "I don't eat soy. I don't eat this. I joined this program." And he's shocked. But he was very, very thrilled for me. And I've lost somewhere between 35 and 40 pounds.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I couldn't lose the weight for anything. And I have my niece doing it. My brother lives in Austria, and when I first told him, because Hashimoto's is hereditary, and I went over with him and told him about the program, and he could hear the excitement in my voice. I didn't know he did this. He wrote down everything I said I couldn't eat. And then he told his wife, I'm not eating sugar, and you don't bake me anything. He lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. So he's all for this too.
That's
15 pounds in
amazing.
3 weeks,
That's
just
amazing.
by getting a little bit of direction.
Yeah, yeah. And if you were to give me a percentage of improvement, anywhere 0 to 100%, what would you say your improvement's been?
99.9, really. No, I'm serious, because I just had no direction before. I didn't know anything. I thought I'd get you know, diabetic doctor would put me on the right path, and he didn't. And I get people all the time that somehow contact me and want to know about this program. I tell them that this program saved my life because
That's cool.
I wasn't going in the right direction. I mean, 10.8, I didn't know what I could eat and what I couldn't. And I mean, and then things have really changed since I did it. I remember they showed me a little bowl of rice and a this and a that. And it's like, in fact, I love rice, but you know what? I don't even miss it at all because
Yeah,
I just don't buy it. So it's not in my house. I can't cheat. Yeah.
yeah,
And then I even found out that Taco Bell puts oats in their meat. So now I won't even eat a Taco Bell. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you think you're doing good, and well, I'm just gonna have, a flour burrito with just meat or something, and then you find out they put oats in it. So,
Yeah.
and I think the ones I make at home taste better anyway.
That's great. And what would you tell someone who's struggling, who may be like you, where they don't know where to turn? What would you tell that person who's seeking other direction?
I would grab onto this program and take notes. That's what I did. I took notes because you give so much information away, and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. We go out and buy new cars and we buy houses and we buy everything else. But do we ever invest in ourselves? No, we don't. We give to the children, the grandchildren, everybody, but we never take care of ourselves. And I took care of myself, and I'm telling you, I'm much happier. Everybody can tell I'm happier, and I feel good. I didn't realize how bad I felt, but
Yeah, you get used to it, feeling bad. You get used to feeling bad, you forget what feeling good feels like.
yeah. So yeah, and I'm just so grateful as I feel like God was helping me when somehow I found you. I was out there searching, and there's lots of different programs out there, but you said everything that I was looking for, that I wanted to hear. And I tell people about you all the time.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for your time. And I wish you the best of health and the best in the next chapter of your family. How exciting to move close to Yosemite. I mean, that's just amazing that you're able to not only just be on the road to reverse your diabetes, but be able to live your dreams in your life that you have envisioned for yourself. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, and my family lives up that way. I'm in Las Vegas by myself. My niece is living with me now, but I just feel like I'm finally going home. So you've helped me kind of come full circle, and the difference is that I feel fantastic when I go there instead of being tired all the time and taking naps and sleeping. I mean, I was really sick and I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had
yeah. Well,
no idea.
you saved yourself. We just helped give you the tools.
Well, you have great tools. So if anybody ever wanted to contact me and ask me, I just have nothing but wonderful things to say, and hope that they're as lucky as I am, that they do invest in themselves. And you have financing. I took up the financing um, because this opportunity doesn't come around every day.
That's
And
right.
I jumped on it before I even really knew what I was doing, but I just thought, I need this. I've needed this for years. And I finally found it, and I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you, I stuck to everything. And I asked Nicole tons and tons of questions, and she has an answer for everything. And I'll get something and I'll take a picture. Is this okay because you still learn. I mean,
Yeah. That's a
but
difference maker having a coach, isn't it?
oh, and let me tell you, it's a huge difference. And then it's fun to share something like, and I think it was on your program or something, you talked about people that would try to influence you. You called them sabotagers. You're going to run across those. So every time my niece says, do you want this? You want an ice cream? No, sabotager. I don't want an ice cream. I call her, she goes, well, I was just trying to be nice. I go, well, you sabotaged me,
That's
so you
funny.
kind of make fun of it. But she knows that I just don't cheat. I don't cheat because I feel good and I want to continue feeling good. And there's always something you can substitute.
That's right.
There's dairy-free ice creams you can have, and there's just always things out. There's a whole world out there that I never knew existed. And
Yeah.
I go to Sprouts now, and I'll spend hours going up and down it. Oh, I can eat this and I can have that. It's just a whole different world for me. So
Well, I'm just so thrilled for you, Nancy. Thank you for sharing this. I know this is going to help someone, so thank you for paying it forward and best of health and good luck on your move.
thank you very much.
All right. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.